Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about content with regards to your ideal client avatar. The thing is that if you are writing content and you don't seem to be getting a lot of engagement, you're not really attracting your right audience that you believe is your audience, then chances are pretty good that you aren't 100% tuned in to who your ideal client avatar is. Now, we all have a general idea of who our avatar is. And we're like, yeah, it's women between the ages of 45 and 65, and they're coaches and consultants for a living, and uh, they've been in business for 0 to 5 years, or whatever it is. We start narrowing it down. That is really broad. When it comes to content and it comes to engaging your ideal client avatar, you need to get into their head. What are they struggling with? What are their wants, their needs, their hopes, desires? What is it that interests them? When you think about who your client avatar is, do you have a picture of the whole setup with, the demographics? Are they married? Where do they live? It could be around the world. It could be specific countries. It could be a specific income, uh, married, divorced, uh, all kinds of different demographics. They can go on and on and on, right? That stuff is great to know. When it comes to content and engaging that person, that shows you who that person is on the outside. It doesn't show you who they are on the inside. And to write effective content, you need to drill down into what it is they really want. What are their hopes, needs, desires, all that kind of stuff. When you think about your ideal client avatar, what is the result that you can provide that they want from you? What is the result that you provide? And if you work from that side, the result you provide, who wants that result? And going further, for that audience that does want the result that you have, now ask, what words do they use to find it? Because I'm over here with, you might have certifications and all the stuff, degrees, certification, PhDs, whatever you have. You could have all of this stuff over here. And in your mind, you're saying, well, they need this, 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 and this. And that might be exactly what they need. However, over here in their head, they're not using those words. They're using their words. So when you think about writing that content, you need to understand who your ideal client avatar is up in that big bubble, the demographics and all that kind of thing. And then you need to drill down into, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? People buy based on emotion. I'm going to say that again. They buy based on emotion. They don't buy because they need something. They buy because of how they're going to feel once they have it, once they have the knowledge, once they have the thing, once they have the health, whatever it is. They're buying the end result. They're buying the emotion that goes along with it. So as you're writing your content, you want to write content that talks to their emotions. So how can you do that? It's really about asking, if I could provide you a result, what is the result that you want from me? Based on, what I do, what is the one result that you want from me? And they'll tell you, and then use their words, because you might hear that their words are not the words that you've been using. They're different words. However, it all ends up at the same result with what you have that will absolutely positively give them the result that they're looking for. It's just you're using different words. You want to use their words. If you use your words over and over and over again, and you're wondering why nobody's clicking on your posts or engaging or doing anything like that, it's pretty likely because you're talking to you in your head, not them. Have you ever done a DISC profile or one of those personality tests? The general theme on most of them is that there's 4 different personality types, and I'm probably mixing up my different tests and stuff that I've taken over the years. There's the director type, the socializer, there is the analyzer, and then there's the I guess intuitive, the person who I did once it was called the gems, and it was the red, the ruby was the director type, the blue sapphire was the social type, um, the green was that analyzer type, and the white was the pearl, and that was the person who, I just want to keep my head down, do my thing, not make any waves. So those are the four general personality types, and you are one of those. Every one of us has a dominant personality type. For me, it's a director type. And then I'm kind of like a standard mix when I do my tests. I'm kind of a standard mix of all of them. And when you think about that, when you're writing content that's coming out of your head, you're writing for your personality type. Now, here's the thing. In your ideal client avatar, is that the only type that you want to attract to your service or business? If it's not, you need to understand those other types so that you can talk to them in their language. Depending on who you're talking to, it's just a matter of changing the words up to make sure that you're talking to them in the language that's going to attract and engage them. Now, when you do this, it saves you a ton of time, because instead of just creating some content and the proverbial spaghetti and you throw it out there and see what sticks, now you're writing targeted content to your targeted ideal client. And when you know exactly who that is, that you will automatically draw them in. So that is the importance of understanding who your ideal client avatar is. So if you've thought about that in the past, and you've thought about the whole shell, we'll call it the shell of who your ideal client avatar is. It's that male, female, married, single, divorced, whatever it is, the demographics, where they live. Now, we're going to call that the shell. The key in your content is to get to the inside. The shell is great. That's where you start. And now within that shell, speak to their mindset, speak to their emotions, speak to who they are, their wants, their needs, their desires, and help them provide value to help them understand that you have the result that they're looking for. So that's just a little bit about your ideal client avatar. If you want more information on setting up your ideal client avatar, out in the Women Business Owners from Overwhelmed to Overjoyed group, there's a freebie out in the file section. It's a document about identifying your ideal client avatar. So it's a good place to start. And then I want you to go in and go down to those emotions. What are they feeling? What is it that they really want? What are their deep, darkest desires? And when you're writing your content, that's what you speak to. That's what will engage them. We'll see you next time on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.